it down!
Have a go.
That's the sort of level we're talking about!
Well, already you've got some insight into the mind of Karl Pilkington.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But I thought what we should do is hijack.
Imagine that! Imagine Bill Gates!
Yeah, or a teacher. In an exam. Hop down both.
Multiple choice!
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, okay.
But anyway, yeah, if you're a reader of the Weekend Guardian, you know there's this thing called the Q&A, which they give to celebrities and thinkers and the like. And basically it's a series of questions they pose to people each week, and it's the same questions, and it gives little insight into people's minds, the way they think.
What thinker, philosopher is in this week's?
It's the lead singer of Feeder. So, you're in good company, Karl.
No, I like Feeder.
No, fine.
I love Feeder.
So, Karl, I'm just going to fire a couple of these questions at you. We'll maybe drop them in throughout the course of the show, just to try and get a sense of who you are. So, here's the first question. Alright, you got your thinking head on?
Go on.
Your Wurzel.
What is your idea of perfect happiness?
What, for me, or?
Already?
No, Ronnie Corbett.
No, but what, do you mean, like, what will make me happy, or for everyone to be happy?
No, what would make you happy? Maybe that's the answer. Your idea of perfect happiness is everyone being happy. I don't know. What would make you totally blissfully happy?
I imagine it's a 24-hour monkey channel on, like, the sky.
Yeah! Okay, go on. A never-ending popsicle. Go on.
I don't think I've had it yet where I'm, like, really, really happy with anything.
Karl, I've never seen you really happy, no.
No, but,
when have you been at your happiest?
Probably, I like sort of fish fingers, potato cakes and beans for tea.
Yeah.
And
You're not, yeah.
Right, well, let's move on. We'll come back to that one. Let's move on.
I don't think you're aiming high enough for,
Well, what would your answer be for that? When are you happy? What would make you happy?
I wouldn't have I'd have fish fingers, but I probably wouldn't have the potato cakes.
Yeah.
I'd have fish fingers and beans. With maybe
I'm not a huge fan of the beans.
Really? So your idea of perfect happiness is probably just fish fingers, is it?
Just the fish fingers.
Okay, good.
Alright, second question. What is your greatest fear, Karl?
Going to the doctors.
So presumably, ill health and mortality. That's how you do it, you see.
No, I don't.
Any particular doctor?
I don't want to live forever either.
No,
I just want
no.
beginnings. I just want to get to about 80, 83, 84.
Specific! So specific! Yeah, okay.
Which living person do you most admire? Which person throughout any time in history do you most admire?
Winston Churchill's pretty good.
You like
Yeah,
him?
it's very good.
Why?
Good answer.
Because if it weren't for him, we'd be talking German. I'm not that good at that. So.
He's not that good at that. I love that even if the Nazis won, right, in 1945, and we'd be now speaking German, he still wouldn't be that good at it. Although he's not good at English, so I suppose that's true, isn't it? Yeah.
Alright, well here's the final one for now. Do you believe in capital punishment?
That's not it in Dr. Fox over the head with a stick.
Depends what for, doesn't it?
Go on.
Oh, if it's something bad. And,
well, I assume it would be. They don't kill people now for parking illegally.
But what sort of thing are you talking about? What sort of punishment?
Capital punishment.
Yeah, I know, but what is that? What are you talking about?
Well, guillotine, hanging.
Hanging's a bit bad.
Yeah. Can be fatal, can't it? What do you mean hanging's a bit bad? It's all bad. Why should the state kill someone?
Because prisons are getting a bit busy, aren't they?
Brilliant. Okay.
What's the point in keeping them, people around?
Well, what's the point in killing them?
Just because it's like, right, that's that done, who's next? You know what I mean? What can you do with someone if they're mental?
Employ him on a radio show!
Yeah! Right, next question.
Play a record.
Okay.
We'll come back to the questions.
What do you want? What have you got in here?
Rick, I know you're a massive fan of the Thorns.
Yeah,
but maybe you're less familiar with the different elements of the Thorns' solo work.
No,
Which is from Matthew Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
XFM 104.9, Matthew Sweet, and a song called In My Time, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington.
That's great, that.
Yeah, just asking Karl some of these Q&A questions.
This might be my idea of perfect happiness, being in a room with Karl Pilkington.
Yeah.
Just what I just watch him look around. When you're talking, he looks at you, and it's like, you know when the owners say, it's like the cat can understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like he's
Got
on
that
the
same
edge
look.
of that. He's
Yeah.
on the edge of that. Or you think he can. And I know he understands the words, but I don't think he understands the full impact. He never, whenever you say something to him, it might be some, you know, a revelation or something, he always picks up on the wrong side. You go, well, that's not the important bit. Do you know what I mean? He always goes...
It's a bit like having a 14-year-old French exchange student. You know, their English is not amazing. They roughly understand you, but they're trying to piece together what you're saying.
Exactly. But it's great. You see, the thing about Karl is, and don't take this the wrong way, I like him because he's stupid, in a way. No, I'm not being funny, but do you know what I mean? But even though I think he is considered stupid, some of the things he says, I think borders on the, I don't know what the PC term is, the retarded. Do you know what I mean,
Yeah.
Karl?
Anything in particular you're thinking of there, Rick, when you think of the...
Well, he was talking to me the other day because I'm trying to write a show called Science, and he's sort of going to help me out with some of the research, and I want him to do something on the DVD for it, right? And he was talking about it, and he was talking about he says that in the future they reckon we'll be able to soon. He said they'll be able to take us into space, and it's going to cost us £150,000. He said, what's the point? There's nothing up there. He said when they went up there, right? He said when Louis Armstrong went. In 1966, right? He said, it was nothing there. So there was him, a fella called Buzz, there was one and third bloke that didn't even get out of the spaceship. He said he went all that way, he didn't get out to stretch his legs. How good can it be? Forget it. That's him summing up space exploration.
Don't you agree with that? What's the point in going up there?
Because you're
Are we talking about the finger in the arse again here? Or it's space?
No, what is the point in going
Because you're
to...
expanding, you know, human endeavour, aren't you, and the human understanding of the world and the universe. It's like, what else are we going to do as a civilization, as a people, if we're not constantly searching and, you know, and reaching out into the far distance?
But there's nothing there, though.
I know some people you grew up with that haven't left their street, but that's not everyone.
But what is it? What do you mean there's nothing there? Then what has got to be there for it to be a worthwhile? Like,
Just something.
what,
I mean,
like,
to be honest...
What would you
I
be
don't
happy
think-
with finding out on
plus
the
the
moon?
video?
Just something. I don't think they looked hard enough anyway when they got there, because they seemed to get out, have a bit of a dance about, and then they came straight back. And I sort of think, you know, did they look properly?
It's not a day trip, is it?
But what I mean
But they
is...
took that car out there, didn't they, and drove around a bit?
Yeah, but only a little bit. What I mean is, say if an alien landed in Africa, there's not much there, so they'd go...
What do you mean there's not much there?
Well, it's a bit barren, isn't it?
What, Africa? Just in general?
Well, so anywhere like that,
the-
the desert or whatever, what I'm saying is, have a good look round.
Probably where all life came from, and probably 500,000 species of
I
animals
just mean
live there.
buildings and that, and stuff.
Oh, buildings.
Well, just stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, did they look properly? Or did they just land, get out, go, oh, bit dusty, whatever, right, let's go back? I just think it's a bit pointless. Especially when we haven't done everything there is to do here.
Go on.
Well, I don't know, but I'm sure there is stuff that needs sorting out.
Well, I know the place that there's no medical man has been. In this room.
Yeah.
There's definitely an unexplored, cavern. Sitting right in front.
Right, alright Steve, would you go to the moon if someone said there's a space?
He doesn't march at a concert because he's scared his glasses to fall off. Of course he wouldn't go to the moon. They'd spin him round in training, his glasses would come off, and that'll be it. He'd feel sick.
My worry is I'm not sure would I be able to wear them under the helmet?
Imagine him!
Like, I went paintballing once, and I had to wear the glasses underneath the mask, and of course it was a bit hot weather, it was steamed up in there. So I couldn't see anything, I got shot straight away, I was out of the game, it was pointless. You know, it cost me like £8.
Yeah.
You don't have to be that fit anyway, do you? You're only sort of sat there.
Well, yeah, but what are you talking about? Think of G-force alone and weightlessness. Of course you've got to be, what?
I think when you said think of G-force, he thought of G4. The follow-up winners in Pop Idol. I could see it as his eyes glazed over. A couple more quick questions for you, Carl, just to try and get inside your mind. What is your greatest regret?
Probably, I didn't do that well at school, did I? So I'm trying to, like, learn stuff now.
Yeah.
But
How's that
not
going?
mentally, but, you know.
He reckons he's learned more in the last 3 months than he ever has in the rest of his life, reading a couple of science books I gave him.
Well, that's impressive. We'll test you on that later on.
Yeah.
What keeps you awake at night?
Well, I live in sort of central London, don't I? So it's
Brilliant.
noisy.
Traffic and that. I think they were thinking more.
More of
philosophical,
what
but-
fears have you got? What worries do you ponder the expansion of the universe? Do you worry about
There's
your...
no point, is there? 'Cause there's nothing I can do about it.
So what with you? It's the little Chinese fellow across the road.
Just stuff that I've got to sort out. You know, any bills or anything. I don't worry about the world ending or anything. What's the point in that?
It's true. That is
I
true.
can't do anything about it. I always think that people with more sort of intelligence have the world on their shoulders. Because they're worrying about stuff that's miles away, whereas I'm like, you know, I'm happy if the sun's out, it's like, oh, it's a nice day.
Yeah.
I don't
What is
worry
Zen?
about wars and stuff going on, because there's nothing I can do.
What would you do if there was a war that maybe there was?
What, here?
Yeah.
Go on holiday.
Play a record, Carl.